Hello students, welcome to this rapid revision session on biology for NEET examination. You are watching Biology TV and myself Vishwanath, and this is the third part of environmental issues. That is, in this video we are going to discuss about agrochemical waste and this management, radioactive waste and this management, greenhouse effect, global warming and ozone depletion. We are going to cover all these aspects in our today's video. Before that, for notes and other study materials, please log on to our Telegram channel and the link is given in description. If you have any doubts, please mention them in the comment section and I'm going to clear them immediately. If you like this video, please do subscribe and share with your friends. And please don't forget to click the bell icon for updates of my new videos. So let's get into our discussion. First, we shall go with agrochemical waste. So agrochemical waste is nothing but the pesticides and fertilizers used in agriculture processes. So this is causing some of the problems. So what are the effects caused by the agrochemical waste? It contaminates the groundwater reserves. So these chemicals enter into the deep layers of the soil and they finally gets accumulated in the water table and the water gets contaminated. And next one is gets accumulated in the food chain. So that is nothing but biomagnification. Next is deplete economically important soil microbes. So many important soil microbes are present within the soil. So these soils are getting depleted due to the use of this fertilizers or pesticides. Next is algal bloom and eutrophication due to the excess passage of nutrients. So control measures for agrochemical waste is nothing but use of pesticides and fertilizers. And next one is organic farming, turning towards organic farming. Next one is radioactive waste. That is waste which emits radioactive particles, is known as radioactive waste. Usually they are produced by the nuclear technology or nuclear power generations. So there are two types of radioactive waste. One is low level radioactive waste and another one is high level radioactive waste. Radiations are measured in roentgens per hour. So this is very important. The radioactive radiations are measured in terms of roentgens, ROENTGN, roentgens per hour. So this is about some of the points on radioactive waste. Next is we shall go with greenhouse effect and global warming. In greenhouse effect, what happens is the natural process. Greenhouse effect is a natural process which keeps our temperature of our earth to a normal, means which keeps the temperature of the earth to the normal. So if this greenhouse effect doesn't take place, then the temperature of the earth may fall down to ultra low level temperature. So in order to combat this, the earth has found out its own measures to increase the temperature to the normal, to bring the temperature of the earth to the normal is known as greenhouse effect. So here what happens is, first, I will tell what phenomenon is taking place within the greenhouses. You all might have seen the greenhouses. In the greenhouses, the top layers or the roof is fitted with the glass panels. So glass panels, they allow the light rays to pass through it, but they will not allow the light rays to re-emit back from the greenhouse. So here what happens is, when the light rays enter into the greenhouse, through the glass panels, they enter into the greenhouse. So after entering, the heat is generated within this greenhouse. Heat is generated. So this heat is not allowed to enter back into the environment. So this heat is trapped within the greenhouse. So the plants which are growing in the colder areas, so there the temperature, plants need certain amount of temperature. Some normal 18 to 20 degrees of temperature is needed for the proper growth of the plants. If the temperature falls down, plants cannot grow. So to combat this, the plants are grown in greenhouse. So the natural process called as natural warming takes place. Same happens within this environment. If this greenhouse effect does not take place, the temperatures of the earth may fall to the ultra low levels. So to combat this, the greenhouse effect is taking place naturally. How it takes place within the earth? Same, we can apply this to our environment. So when light rays fall on the earth, before entering into the earth, some amount of the light rays is reflected back by the clouds. Only half is entering onto the earth. So earth absorbs this sunlight and it after some time it re-emits the radiations, or it re-emits the light which is absorbed in the form of infrared radiation to the environment. It absorbs, after some time it re-emits. So it is re-emitting will be in the form of infrared rays. So while re-emitting, what happens within the environment, many gases are present like carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbon, nitrous oxides, ozone, and also water vapor. So these molecules, what happens is they trap this infrared radiation. They trap this infrared radiation and they send back the radiation to the earth. They send back the radiation to the earth. So when they send back, then the temperature is maintained to the normal temperatures, that is to 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. So this is the natural process which is occurring within the environment. But this is known as greenhouse effect. This is the natural process. Due to the increased concentration of these molecules, due to the increased concentration of greenhouse gases like as carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbons, ozone, nitrous oxide, what's happening is the temperature is increasing more rapidly. So the normal temperatures is crossing its limits and we are experiencing more heat or more temperatures within the environment. This is known as global warming due to the increased concentration of this greenhouse gases. So the temperature is rising. Which are the main important greenhouse gases which is causing global warming is carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbons, ozone, nitrous oxide, water vapor. So here the effect of carbon dioxide is more. So it contributes nearly 60% to the global warming. Next is nitrous oxide contributes 6%, methane contributes 20%, chlorofluorocarbons contribute 14%, and water vapor contribute 2 to 6%. So here the major contributor is carbon dioxide. Due to the increased concentration of this greenhouse gases, the temperature of the earth is becoming or increasing more. Why these greenhouse gases are increasing? Due to the anthropogenic activities like burning of fossil fuels, usage of ACs and all. So increase of this due to the increased concentration of greenhouse gases, global warming, greenhouse effect is taking an adverse reaction known as global warming. So it is estimated that in the next 100 years the temperature is going to increase by 2 to 6 degree Fahrenheit. In already last 100 years it has increased 1 degree Fahrenheit. In the next 100 years it may increase from 2 to 6 degree Fahrenheit. So this is about the global warming. So what are the control measures? That is nothing but reforestation, reduce the usage of fossil fuels, use of natural resources, eliminating of chlorofluorocarbons. So chlorofluorocarbons are used in propellants and also in the ACs and refrigerators. So this is causing the global warming. So we need to reduce the usage of greenhouse gases. So this is very important, dear students. You need to know what is the greenhouse effect and what is global warming. Greenhouse effect is a natural process which is occurring within the environment, and the adverse effect of greenhouse effect is nothing but global warming. So certain amount of greenhouse effect is very much required for our earth to maintain the temperature. So but nowadays due to the increased concentration of this greenhouse gases, the temperature is increasing more than the normal. So that one is nothing but global warming. So there should not be any confusion between the greenhouse effect and global warming. It is a natural process and it is the adverse effect of greenhouse effect, that is nothing but global warming. Okay. Next is ozone depletion. So ozone is a layer which is present within the stratosphere of the Earth's atmosphere. So it traps the ultraviolet radiations. So this ozone is depleting. Nowadays the ozone is depleting. So there is formation of ozone holes. Actually it is not ozone holes. That is nothing but the less concentration of ozone in an area is nothing but ozone holes. So how this ozone is formed? So the formation of ozone is very simple. Oxygen molecules in presence of sunlight, what happens is they split into individual molecules of oxygen. So these individual atoms, what happens is they combine with the another oxygen molecules. First, this oxygen and in presence of sunlight undergo splitting. This individual oxygen atom combines with the oxygen molecule to form ozone. This is the natural occurring process. It will be taking place continuously within the environment. But what happens is, due to the usage of this greenhouse gases, take the example of chlorofluorocarbons. Within the chlorofluorocarbons, chlorine is present. This chlorine gets attached to the ozone. When it gets attached to the ozone, what happens is it releases two oxygen molecules and it forms chlorine monoxide. So two oxygen molecules are released out and it combines with the one oxygen molecule and forms chlorine monoxide. So the two chlorine monoxide combine together to form chlorine peroxides. Two chlorine molecules combine together to form chlorine peroxides. These chlorine peroxides, in presence of sunlight, what happens is they undergo splitting. Again, the chlorine is released and oxygen is released. So this fresh new chlorine is ready to attack the new ozone molecule. So this formation and depletion process is taking place continuously within the environment. So if depletion process takes place more, if the depletion process takes place more and formation process takes place less, then it affects the ozone depletion. If the rate of concentration of depletion is more with respect to the formation, then it causes ozone depletion, which forms ozone hole. So I will show you one more representation. So here what happens is, see here, ozone is there. Ozone is combining with the chlorine. So when ozone combines with the chlorine, what happens? Oxygen is removed and it combines with one oxygen atom to form chlorine monoxide. Then two chlorine monoxide combine together to form chlorine peroxides. These chlorine peroxides, in presence of sunlight, what happens is oxygen released and again two chlorine molecules are chlorine atoms are released. These chlorine atoms are again ready to attack the next ozone molecule. So this rate of depletion is more when compared to the rate of formation. So this is causing the ozone depletion, that is nothing but the ozone holes. So we need to reduce, again there are some of the control measures. There should be reduce the usage of CFCs and HCFCs, that is chlorofluorocarbons and hydrofluorochlorocarbons. And next one is reduce the usage of carbon tetrachloride and methyl bromide. And in the year 1987, an international agreement was signed, that is known as Montreal Protocol, signed by the 30 countries. That is, they promised that they will they limit the usage of ozone depleting substances. And also the 16th September is celebrated as World Ozone Day. So this is about agrochemical waste, radioactive waste and greenhouse effect and global warming. So here very important one is greenhouse effect and global warming and ozone depletion. So greenhouse effect is the natural process, then adverse effect is nothing but global warming. So due to the increased concentration of greenhouse gases, there is causing global warming. So which are the greenhouse gases? You need to know what are the different greenhouse gases and contribution of each greenhouse gases. There carbon dioxide has the major contributor. And next one is ozone depletion, how the ozone formation takes place and how ozone depletion takes place, and also how ozone hole is formed. First ozone formation we learned, then ozone depletion also we have seen. So the rate of depletion is more when compared to the rate of formation, so there is ozone holes. Okay, this is about the ozone depletion. And also there are some of the key points which may be asked within the examination. That is about, there is a measurement to measure the thickness of the ozone, that is known as Dobson units. So the thickness of the ozone is measured in terms of Dobson units. You need to remember this, Dobson units. And next one is, there is a satellite which is launched to study the ozone layer, that is the thickness of the ozone layer, or which maps the ozone, that is nothing but TOMS, total ozone mapping spectrometer. Total ozone mapping spectrometer. Okay, these are the things which we need to remember. Here the main important one is ozone depletion and next one is greenhouse effect and global warming. If you have any doubts, please do comment in please ask them in the comment section. I am going to clear all your doubts in my next video. Thank you.